I think I'm live. All right. So, an interesting thing to me, response I get a lot from Quintica. Yes, Quintica. Just to acknowledge you're somebody that comes across my mind, but not entirely just to you. In general, I've run into this thing where people think that you can't oppose something without wanting to prohibit it, which to me is a funny assumption because, as far as I know, most people are against a lot of things they don't want to prohibit. Now, it's a funny thing. Let's take sports. I have always been kind of against boxing. I thought that was crazy. And when UFC came out, I thought, well, that was batshit crazy. But now I've changed my position. Now I think regular boxing is batshit crazy, and UFC probably the way you ought to do it. I mean, you have to have a fight in the raw where it's over quick and people actually get hurt less severely than if you punch him in the face with a pillow for 30 years or 20 or 10, whatever. Right. So basically, it's because of situations like that, that I feel we could just wait and see on a lot of things. I don't believe in prohibiting. I believe in public dialogue. I believe this hobby that we're doing is public dialogue. It's a part of a grand public conversation that we have uh, in order to arrive at certain things in a million different details, and we are all contributing to that. And so that's what is a great thing about it. It has an impact on its own. Having the conversation, you don't have to prohibit things. Now, is it really very hard to understand why you would want to prohibit things? Take prohibition itself. Let's say you were against alcohol, and so you got it prohibited. Yay for you. You just invented organized crime. Do you feel good about yourself? Hopefully not. So if you really thought ahead and you were against alcohol, you'd go ahead and put up with alcohol because it's better to have a little bit of alcohol than organized crime, where not only do they set up an infrastructure to distribute alcohol, but even once alcohol is legal, they have this infrastructure to distribute all kinds of other things and problems for us. So prohibition is like an inhibition, and it just builds up a pressure uh, to do things that way. So I just don't believe that. And it's like, it's part of this thinking everything is war, I guess, is that, well, if you're against something, you have to be, you have to go all in. No, you can be a moderate, reasonable person. You can say, hey, slow down. You don't have to be all prohibitive in every respect. So, for example, I've been going on about feminism in other countries, and it's not like I would invade those other countries. I think that would be counterproductive. I think that would probably hurt the situation of women, for example, to invade Saudi Arabia. And, Saudi Arabia, for all their flaws and how much I don't think we should really consider them so much an ally, they are an ally now. That should be respected. People that are allies at the moment should be given a chance to respond. In other words, we could give pressure and issue diplomatic statements that would pressure them in a direction of liberalizing their internal structure a little bit. Some people want to try to pull a counter liberalism on me and say, oh, well, that's their business. These. No, we invented the Saud family as rulers of the proportion that they are. We're the ones that made them rich. Don't tell me we can't tell them that women should be treated better. I just don't accept that. Now, you might really think that it's something like whether you eat dog, but look, I believe you could tell a country, we don't believe in eating dog. Now, I believe that country is in a better position to say, well, it's just another animal and we eat it, so, deal with it in that particular case. But when it comes to should women be able to drive, I think women should be able to drive position is going to be the one that prevails. I don't think we have to be inert about such issues at all, and I have no intention of being. My own sense of civic pride, being what it is, does exist. It is great. I'm very proud of the United States in a lot of ways, as for all of its crimes, you know, and I love the Northeast where I am now, and there's many achievements that we have made. I don't feel I have to diminish the achievements of the rest of the world and the Madame Curies and of Europe and Asia, China, all of the things that have been contributed to society from all cultures, all deserve respect, but I do have a particular attachment to the contributions of my culture sometimes. I can admit that. I think that's fine. I think we can all live with a little bit of that. And it's kind of like why somebody would emigrate to another country and then open a restaurant making their own favorite foods from their own culture, which I think is a great thing because I like to eat those foods. So, anyway, that's wandering enough at the end there. I think you get the point. And you know who you are. No, I have nobody in mind. I'm just saying that, please, all the people that think they're being gang stalked, you are not, by me anyway.